Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Mega and today I'm going to give you a lecture on history of call. Today we're going to discuss first, evolution of a computer, second, phases of call, third, behavioristic call, fourth, communicative call, fifth, integrative call, and sixth, TEL or technology-enhanced language learning. Computer technology today has strong connection with language because so many people today use technology for communication. If we look at the example in the picture, we can see that students are having their laptop and mobile phone to study. Why do they sit on the side of the road? Yes, to download their school assignments. Does it happen to you? In this picture, a teacher recorded a video for students to watch online. So more and more people are using technology for teaching and also learning today. Applies to the use of computers in teaching and learning of the second language, even though changes to definition are proposed periodically. Call is divided into three phases by Warschauer and Kern. The three phases are: first, structural or behavioristic call; second, communicative call or cognitive call; third, it was signaled by the emergence of the internet in 1990s, so integrative call was appeared. If you see the name behavioristic, cognitive, integrative is actually related to the learning paradigm. But Bex said that it has more than three phases. It has 5 phases at least. The additional phases are: in 2003, it becomes TEL or technology-enhanced language learning, and in 2005, it becomes mobile-assisted language learning or MAL. So now let's talk about it one by one. We start from the structural behavioristic call. Behavioristic call was derived from B.F. Skinner's theory of behaviorism, as well as the limitation of computer function in the 1960s to the 1980s. So, behaviorism in language learning has been demonstrated through grammar, translation, and audiolingual methods. As core elements of teaching, this approach concentrated on drilling, repetition, and habit development. So the focus of this call or this phase is accuracy, to use the language in accurate way. So the focus is on grammar. Now let's talk about the characteristics of behavioristic call. First, repeated exposure. So the computer is considered as a tool which is not getting bored when repeating the same thing again and again. Can be used repeatedly because it has no sense and gives no judgmental feedback. Computer is used as a tutor. The second phase is communicative or cognitive call. It emerged in 1980. Cognitive call appeared in the early 1980s. It is also aligned with the emergence of communicative language teaching. That is why this phase of call is called cognitive or communicative call phase. The principles of this approach stress that computerized activities should give more focus on the use of the language rather than just focus on the form or structure, because the structure of the language will be constructed through interaction. It emphasizes on fluency rather than accuracy. Learners are expected to use the target language to communicate their critical ideas with other learners. This transforms the role of students from the passive recipient of the language to active language learners. The example program of this call is Microsoft Word. Cognitivists believe that language structure should be taught implicitly or indirectly than explicitly or directly using drill and practice. It should allow and encourage students to produce original statements instead of just manipulating prefabricated languages. Computers are used to stimulate discussion, writing, and critical thinking. The program avoids telling students that they are wrong, but it will give suggestions to improve communication. Are you familiar with spelling and grammar checker on Microsoft Word? It doesn't tell you if you spell the word right or wrong, but it gives you a signal like the red line below the word or the green line below the sentence to tell you whether you misspelled some words or whether your grammar is wrong. Okay? And after that, they will give you suggestion on how to fix it. And next is integrative or sociocognitive call in 1990. In this phase, the view of language applied is sociocognitive, which is developed in social interaction through discourse communities. They put more emphasis on the language used in the real social context. During this third phase, researchers and practitioners have focused their efforts on incorporating language education in content-based activities, authentic experiences, and collaborative works. With teachers moving away from a cognitive view to a more social or social cognitive perspective, they put more emphasis on the language used in the real social context. So that's why they use multimedia, which is a combination of text, motion picture, sound, but this one is without the internet connection. So we can find it on a CD. The second type is web-based, which can be broken down into two types, namely web and CMC. CMC stands for Computer-Mediated Communication. Computer-mediated communication offers synchronous and asynchronous learning experience. It allows learners to communicate with peers or even natives through digital tools using the target language. The other one is the web. So it's like you open the web and then you can access material there. It's like a book which can be accessed by anyone. Now let's talk about the difference between asynchronous communication and synchronous communication. These two terms are really important, especially when you develop online learning. First, asynchronous communication. What is it? It's an open, delayed communication mostly across digital channels. So it is not synchronous, not in the same time. So for example, you send a message on Monday, you will not receive the feedback until Thursday, like that. So there is a delayed communication. So that's why it is called asynchronous. The example of this kind of communication is social media or chat. If someone that you send a message doesn't reply to you directly, so it is asynchronous communication. So for example, your chat is read only. So it means it is asynchronous communication. And another example is email. And then after that we have synchronous communication. So it is live conversation with a person that has a clear beginning and ending. So it's a communication in the same time. So the example of this kind of communication is like personal meeting or live chat. It means that the message that you send to other people is directly replied by them. And then or phone conversation or maybe Zoom meeting, okay? So it is called synchronous communication because there is no delayed response from the recipient. So you will directly get the feedback from them. So what about asynchronous and synchronous in the learning context? For the asynchronous communication, it can be in the form of discussion boards, quizzes, polls, email, digital documents, record audio or video, recorded slides with narration, just like what you are watching now, or self-paced courses. It is called asynchronous because the communication is not direct or live. And then the next one is synchronous communication. The example is virtual classroom, live presentations, live text chat, instant messaging, live audio or video chat, live quizzes, and live polling. So everything live is synchronous. Okay, now we move on to TEL, or Technology Enhanced Language Learning. So in 2003, CAL emerged into TEL, which was more integrated and can be accessed by multiple devices. So if CAL is called computer, well, TEL is called technology, because now information is not only accessed by the use of computer, but any devices which is connected to the internet. That's why there is a change in the name from CAL to TEL. So now let's have a closer look on the differences between CAL and TEL. In CAL, technology is available only on desk-based computer, while in TEL, technology is available anywhere and anytime through gadgets, as one of the examples. And then in CAL, it is based on behaviorism, constructivism, and social constructivism theory, while TEL, it's based on connectivism theory. In CAL, human considers computer as assistant for learners, while in TEL, human considers technology as part of the environment and resources. And the last phase is mobile-assisted language learning, which emerged in 2005. The use of mobile phone technology has changed the way people use devices for language learning. It will be discussed further in Module 5, so I'm not going to explain about this now. That's the end of the presentation. Now, can you think of the benefits and challenges to use computer to learn language? Please write your comments on the comment box in the discussion forum. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to post your comment and question on the comment box in the LMS at belajar.usd.ac.id. See you!